Hey guys, welcome to 1109 Zion Court. This house is located in the Ashbrook neighborhood, just 5 minutes away from downtown.
It's 3,280 square feet, 4-bedroom, 4-bath.
Come on inside, let's go check it out.
We actually wanted to make this 3 stories. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh, I do remember. We went through a lot of revisions trying to figure out which floor plan.
Exactly. So we finally settled on the floor plan. Then we got to engineering. We just found out that the existing footing size wasn't sized appropriately for a 3rd story. Once the engineer says this is going to be a bit difficult, that's when I was like, okay, we got to pivot. So 2 things came from that. Obviously, new construction house, but we also got to maximize the lot potential. We are on the back of the house right now. Ordinarily in Charlotte, you're working with 50-foot wide lots, which means that your house is, generally speaking, 40 feet wide. We are at a 90-foot wide lot, so I think it's like 75 feet wide, and we maximized the whole building footprint. So you could not build a bigger house on this lot. In a place like this, you really have to maximize your footprint to get the square footage for a family to live here. And I think we did that, and it's kind of crazy to look back and say, wow, that's a whole house, not a duplex or anything like that. So super cool.
I think whenever we first pulled up, after framing, we realized, like, wow, this house actually kind of looks like a mansion from the outside because it's just so wide. For me, what stood out was we went through so many different revisions. We were trying to just maximize the width of it, and so the house, I think, kept getting wider and wider, and we were able to even put in our first attached garage, and we could also do what we keep calling a Costco door, Karina's brainchild.
I think this whole house gives off non-spec. The moment you come into the neighborhood and you see the landscaping, you walk through that small foyer into just an expansive, beautiful backdrop. The symmetry and the look that we keep talking about is great when we see framing. It's cool when we see drywall go up, because then you start to get it, and then after a while, sometimes it wears off. I think it's literally every time we walk to the site that you just kind of sit and stare at it for a second before you go on to do whatever you're there to do. It came together.
Hi guys, come on in. As soon as you step through, you are welcomed into this wonderful foyer. Right by the stairwell, you see these custom-built inset shelving and these recessed lights that illuminate up and around the staircase. Before we move on, I do want to point out this mahogany door, custom made, and it is actually very similar to the door that we used at our Lombardi video, so check that out. And then right off the foyer, we have this wonderful grand living room and kitchen.
So yeah, we have a really cool floor plan. Everything's kind of spread left to right. What we got to take advantage of was the width of the house. And what that allowed us is to have our living room on one side and our dining room on the other. And the dining room overlooks the backyard with the stamped patio, really good view. And then your living room faces the front of the house with 2 really nice windows, but also a ventless fireplace with a custom stained mantel on top. What really completes the look of when you're walking through, in my opinion, is the kitchen in the back, where it's symmetrical with 2 archways on either side. Symmetry, I think we've talked about, but the archways, and then just how big that island is, right? Like I wouldn't walk into this house and maybe expect that kitchen, like how it's just so much space.
I always like this appliance package.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. It's expensive. It's expensive because it's awesome. The size of the range, the amount of burners, the absolute size of that fridge makes all the other ones that I've seen now after these look very, very small.
Yeah.
But it's a house deserving of those appliances. It's not just some fancy appliances in a slightly larger kitchen.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It all ties in really well.
Yeah.
You can tell that this island is huge. It is 6 chairs or 12 feet wide here. A unique thing construction-wise and a change to the original plan was that we actually brought these cabinets down to the countertop. The issue that it brought about was that we typically install both at the same time. So in this case, we installed the lowers, got to get our measurements. Quartz kind of takes a while to come in, got it in, and had to bring the carpentry guys back out to go ahead and install these.
A couple of other really unique features in this awesome kitchen are the range hood that is supposed to give the stucco effect. So our finished drywallers did a great job giving us that texture. The color is repose gray and it complements the really subtle tones of the kitchen nicely, contrasted against these off-white cabinet colors that are recessed and go all the way up to the ceiling. And then the nice crown molding is a stark white trim. The one pop of color that we did add in the kitchen is this Sherwin-Williams caviar. Really great accent feature to just kind of break up a lot of these subtle tones we got going on. Another way we could incorporate the caviar in here is this extremely tall wine rack, and it's located conveniently above your wine fridge. And then passing through this great arch feature in here is a little butler's pantry area. So right off the butler's pantry, we have this really great pantry here with custom shelving. Got a great area. You can put a second fridge or hang your Dyson vacuum if you want to. And then the last really cool feature down here to top everything off is this wonderful door that you can use connecting to your garage to haul in your groceries conveniently.
So leading off of the kitchen, you have the pantry on one side, and then on the other side, you have the mudroom, which I'm standing in right now. The mudroom leads off the garage, but you can also get on the patio as well. Being our first garage, we wanted to make sure that we did some cool features. So we got some windows in there to get some natural light in, a higher end garage opener, so you can hook it up with your smart device and things like that. And then we also have a little closet on the side. The reason for that was we can put the panel back there, it's away from everything, but you can also, if you wanted to, use it for storage, maybe your trash cans, but no house can have enough storage, so that's what we thought.
Talking to people today, you can definitely tell that home office is on the list for people, given the remote situation with work. So we're here in our study, just off the foyer. We've talked about for a few houses where we wanted to do a bold color. It's a color we used on a previous project for the island, and we all agreed that we loved it. It's called After the Storm. Another thing we wanted to do is go ahead and do some unique trim work to get kind of a moody, neat office space. We ended up doing trim that goes from floor to ceiling, and we wrapped it on all sides of this room. A little extra work from our carpenter, but it turned out great.
So right off the foyer, we have a full bath. You can see that this bathroom uses almost exclusively gold, which complements the gold light fixtures in the other parts of the house. The shower head, the gold Schluter, the gold cabinet pulls, and the hardware as well. We kept with the dark tile to tie in the nice darker accent pops you see in After the Storm in the study and in the caviar in the kitchen. This is really large formatted tile going all the way up to the ceiling. And another really cool feature are these wall-mounted faucets. We usually reserve for master bathrooms, so it's a nice treat to have this incorporated on the first floor.
So coming right out of the dining room, there's a nice slider there. It brings us to a patio. This was a little bit different because we did stamped concrete, colored concrete. Really nice for a very, very large back patio. The fence is the exact same style of fence that we did at Lombardi, and loved it so much that we had to bring it into this house. A little bit of a difference though is that we actually went up to the full height that you can do per code, so an 8 foot on the back. Gets lots of privacy for you. We also threw in a first. There's probably room for 4 chairs and have a nice fire out here. Enjoy the weather in Charlotte. And we really try to just make the best of this lot. Kind of a unique one, but the lot actually has a long distance that it goes back here. Got that available. You can still throw a football, do whatever you need, put a shed back there, probably makes sense. And all of this kind of leads us over to the covered part of the patio, which turned out great.
So I always thought this is a cool gathering house, and a big reason why is this covered porch in the back. You get to have some shield from the sun, but also watch all the games on the TV. We have the convenient outlet there for it. So you can see the meters there, which has pretty easy access. You can probably put an outdoor kitchen there if you'd like, or anything really gas fired. Again, it's where people gather and have fun.
This is just built to be an entertainment space. We had an event here a couple weeks ago, and how many people did you say?
I'm not over exaggerating. I would say 50 to 60 people, first floor only.
And it just goes to show, like, we knew it was going to be great for hosting, but we got to see that in real time too.
Yeah.
Such a cool party space.
Yeah.
One thing I like too is that when you have a living room down here, there's just going to be people down here naturally at all times. Some houses don't have a place to escape to. If I want to watch a football game and the kids want to watch some other show, they have friends over or something like that, there's that loft. So the loft is really
Yeah, we didn't touch on that yet.
Here we are right at the top of the stairs, and as soon as you get up onto the landing, you immediately notice the guest bathroom continues that gold Schluter and the gold fixtures, and with the vertically stacked tile going up to the ceiling, some really great muted colors. Right off of this bathroom, it has a private doorway access into the guest bedroom. And if you follow me this way, right off the loft, we have an additional guest bedroom, which is most likely going to be the favorite kids' room. There's a really great built-in desk feature and a full ensuite bathroom with double stacked drawer vanities, and then a full standing shower with a great selection of tile. In this bathroom, it is full black fixtures with the plumbing and the Schluter. And right off of this bedroom, we have such a lovely loft area filled with lots of natural light in the daytime. These 3 great windows here, just overlooking the beautiful neighborhood in the backyard. Up here could be a number of things. Most likely going to be an additional TV room, game room. We've got some built-in shelves right here. And then as we continue on down, right before we get to the master suite, we have easy access to the laundry room just right before you get to the master suite behind me. You've got a sink with some drawer stacks and then some upper cabinets to go above your units, and with this really great blue brick tile.
On the far right of the house, if you're looking at it, is the entire master suite. Kind of a cool entryway, gives it a real luxurious feel, like you have a separate wing of the house away from all the other bedrooms. So as you're coming in the hallway of the master, you've got on your right a fully customized built-in closet. All 3 sides hang on both sides, built-in shelving, made out of wood, really great product. And then on the other side, we have this really, really luxe master bathroom. As you can see, you got the nice soaking tub, gold faucets. Got privacy, but still view, you know, you probably want to put the shade there, of course. This really nice, elegant looking, which is what we were really going for here. And then of course, a very large shower with this silky, you know, green, maybe even bold color. It's got some blues when the lights hit it. It's very unique. The comments have been, we either really like it or we really don't. And I think most people say they really like it. Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry. We also have a bench here as well, so you can kind of relax in the shower if you'd like. And then of course, a waterfall faucet as well, and amazing amount of space. On our vanities, we like to continue the use of the stone that you see in the kitchen. I would say probably 90 to 95% of the time. Sometimes we get our hands on some nice remnant stone like Calcutta veins and things like that we'll put in here. But I like the consistency look of keeping the same stone everywhere. Another touchscreen I had was painting these cabinets the same repost gray that you see on the hood. So kind of has that continuation factor going. But it also plays well with your green tile and then your white floors. She balances the colors tremendously well.
All right, so here we are in the master bedroom. One of our favorite rooms in the house, one of our favorite parts of the house. It's kind of unique. The fact that it's got windows on all sides, it lets in an absolute ton of light. I've been in this house at just about every time of day, and this is probably the brightest room of all. There's some happy accidents that happen in construction, obviously. The way the trusses are on this and kind of being on a more complicated side to make the aesthetic right from the front, it gives us a lot of unique angles and geometry here on the roof. Well, we wanted to push this up to just make it feel more grand, large. So we raised the ceiling, sorry, we didn't raise the roof. Went ahead and took advantage of every bit of space we had. We kind of weren't sure how it was all gonna work out during the framing process, really until we put drywall on it, and it turned out as a heck of a feature for this room. We also have an area where we had to make a chase and give our HVAC guy some space to do some stuff. The best we could do is a nice little bench over here. The room feels very expansive without having large areas of dead space where it's just too long. that I see sometimes in master bedrooms. All right, that wraps us up here at 1109 Zion Court. We're extremely proud of this house and happy to show it to you.
If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button at the bottom and definitely subscribe. And don't forget to check out our Instagram at QC Flippers.
And we've talked a lot about another special project of ours, Lombardi, so definitely stay around, check that out after this one. And we'll see you on the flip side. Bye.